Like, I don't know that they were man.
Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What's up, everybody? It is 3 minutes after the hour. You guys are locked into your favorite evening ride. It's your boy, Joe Lockett, on the Joe Lockett Network. It's the Joe Lockett Show. We're in the building. We appreciate you guys locking in around the world on our show, y'all. We got a lot to get into today. We are speaking, man. Let me tell y'all something. Today's going to be an exciting show. A lot of ladies has been asking me to talk about this, and I have been thinking and wondering, should I? Because it's going to get me in trouble. I'm just going to be honest, America. It's going to get me in trouble when I talk about this. Because I am no man of experience. I have experienced this. But before I get into the show, how y'all doing today? It is Friday. What's going on, J Lo? What's going on, Frank? What's going on, Jimmy? What's going on, Flesh? What's going on, Yusuf? Tokidoko, Ohio, Gazaimas? Ohio. There you go with that. What's going on, Aqua Woman? How you doing? What's going on, nephew? You good?
I'm better now that we starting the show. Oh my God.
Man, I tell you, even though we've been going on, this is our second week, and the show sounds a lot better now. We finally got it technically almost the way we want to, but still, we still have sometimes technical difficulty. What's up, Nate? How's it going, y'all? Dion Yamik, how's it going? What's going on, LaJuana Sanders? Tokidoki is laughing at you because you said Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning in Japan. How you doing, Tokidoki Fly? Thank you from all the way in Japan. It is like I think it's almost 4 or 5. It's like 7 o'clock. No, 7 o'clock over there in the morning. I'm in Japan. So thank you so much for tuning in with us. What's going on, everybody? Hey, y'all, today we're talking about one of these hot topics, and it's about dating. But before I get into the topic that we want to talk about today, I do want to mention this about your girl, Jada Pinkett. This is going to be interesting when they decide to play the full thing about Jada and the interview that she actually did with Hoda. Mm-hmm. It's going to be very interesting because she's just dropping all kind of side clue bombs from, Tupac. Tupac is her soulmate. Mm-hmm. They can never be together. He asked her to marry her while he was in jail. To Chris Rock. I mean, that whole thing.
She's spilling the tea. She's spilling the tea. And this ain't nothing that everybody didn't expect.
But this is what I'm going to tell you, nephew. Since you have been hollering about her all the time, this is your time. I think you really need to go ahead and do everything #Jada. I really think you should right now because you, Mr. Entanglement, you have been walking around with this red box since they canceled the red table. You picked up a real talk. You picked up a red box. We got a skit coming out with the red box because you crying about the red table. So you need to go ahead and really holler at Jada, bro. I think Jada Pinkett, you and Jada, I think we need to get Jada on the show. I think we need to get Jada Pinkett on the show to sit right next to you.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
But I'm gonna say, but here's the thing. I'm not gonna even be here. I'm gonna take off that day. I'm gonna let you and her.
Oh, you can give us a long time?
Yeah, right here in the studio, bro.
Look, hey. She dealing with me. It's not gonna be in August.
What's up, Sean? Hey, what y'all think? Does y'all think Mr. Entertainment should get a chance to sit down and talk with the one and only?
I'm just saying that she dealing with me. It's not gonna be in August. Okay, we don't do summer months.
What are you talking about?
It's October. It's OVO all day.
Okay, but what she just want a one-time thing?
Cool. Me too.
That's what I'm saying. She's Mrs. Entanglement, and you can make her next book. I'm just saying.
I mean,
all right, guys, you guys are locked in.
I can give us something to write about.
Hey, what's up, going on, Shana? Y'all guys are locked into the Joe Lockett Show. I appreciate you guys locking in with us. Appreciate you. You guys be doing anything else in the world, but you decided to hang out with us today. Today, I want to talk about this, ladies, and this is going to probably get me in a whole lot of trouble. So today, I'm gonna start drinking early.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna blame you. I might give me a sip too. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
But Uncle, nephew, I gotta ask you this question. Real talk, okay? Yes, this conversation here, ladies. This has been, I'm going to say since I've been doing this show, I could not do this show on radio. I could not. This is the first time that I'm brave enough to actually do this show, but I can do it on the Joe Lockett Network, on the Joe Lockett Show here now. But on radio, we could not do the show. We would have got kicked off.
And like that.
No, but seriously, we couldn't. We thought about it, but we were like, we would. Y'all probably. What would have happened if we would have tried to do this show on the airwaves? But we're able to do it today. But so let me start this thing up, nephew. You sure you ready to do this show?
If I need a drink, I get a drink.
Okay.
I ain't backing down from nothing. You know what it is. I shoot at everybody.
All right, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share the video out there, and make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. And make sure you hit the notification button and just subscribe to our channel, because right now we're up to like 11,000. So let's try to get up to 12,000. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, y'all. We went from 1,500 people to 11,000. So let's keep it growing, y'all. So just don't hang over the show, but subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate that, y'all. Oh, yeah, it's that drink time. So let me go ahead and get my drink.
Mm-hmm.
This does have a tad bit of something in it. I'm gonna tell you what's in it. It's that thing making that right there. All right, y'all. So today on the show, nephew, I gotta ask you, are you sure you're comfortable talking about this?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you, nephew. All right. For the ladies and gentlemen in our audience, we're talking about today on the show one of those topics that we could not talk about on radio, but we're going to talk about here because it gets a lot of flack when people do talk about it. So we got to be careful what we're saying, but we do need to talk about it because it is one of those things when it comes to relationship that you need to think about. Nephew, I got to ask you this question. When you're dating, are you open to dating outside of Black women?
Yeah.
You're okay with it. Have you ever dated outside the race? Have you ever dated outside Blacks? Have you ever dated a white woman or Asian woman? Have you ever dated outside the race?
I haven't dated a white woman yet.
Have you dated outside the race?
No, I haven't dated outside of my race.
Have you tried?
I'm gonna say no. I always wanted to, but it never fell in my lap.
So why did you want to date outside the race? And Rachel, I think it's one of the topics that Rachel wanted to talk about. So anybody who want to jump in, because I do.
We got a whole bunch of different races that we listen to us.
Okay, so yes, Latino or Asian. So I want you guys to chime in. I don't want people to come in and chime in. Have you dated outside your race on this show? Let me hit me up. I'll put yes or no in the comments here on TikTok.
I always wanted to.
Why?
If I'm gonna be honest with you,
hey, this is Joe Lockett Show. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. I want the truth.
I like.
Black Diamond says no. She never. Have you ever thought about it?
I always like me some Asian persuasion.
How you know you like Asian persuasion?
Because I'm attracted to it. That's how I know. That's how I know.
Well,
I'm attracted to it.
How you know you like the Asian persuasion?
Because when I see her, she is very much persuading me.
Okay, but what I'm saying, but it's
like what else do I need to go from?
I'm just saying, is it something that you think you would prefer over your own?
Depends.
I'm saying, do you think you're more attracted to an Asian persuasion than you see your own? I'm asking, dude, don't enter this conversation if you ain't ready for it now.
I said it depends.
Okay.
You didn't hear me not answer nothing directly. Okay. I said it depends.
I know Aqua says she prefers Black. International racism drives Black men to cover the others. See, that's what we're gonna be talking about. That's what we're gonna be talking about today, right here on the Joe Lockett Show. It's gonna be a hit show. All right, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all share the show here. If you're on this page, are you on our social media sites? If you're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and if you guys want to talk to us, you can actually want to come on to the show. Get on TikTok, and we can bring you guys on. Hey, Tams, how's it going? No Black women first. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Right?
It depends on me. I'm sorry. It depends.
Okay, y'all make sure to share the feed out there. All right, y'all. This is Joe Lockett Show, the Joe Lockett Network. So for you said that you are of the Asian persuasion, and it does not really matter to you.
Yeah, that Latino was kind of like neck and neck with me.
Okay.
So the last on that list, sorry to the white women, but last on that list would probably be them. I would try again with a Black woman before I go to a white lady. No offense to them, like I said.
Right.
It's just I feel like.
And like I said, I want to have an open conversation, y'all. And what I want to say is, I want to preface this show for whoever's listening. I'm not here to denigrate Black women, white women, Asian women, Latino women. We're having an open conversation because people do date outside their race. And I want to talk about with our listeners today. What is the difference? And why do you prefer? And see, I want to make sure that I make sure that we get this clear. When people come onto the show today, this is not about making somebody feel bad or putting down another race. I want you to tell us, what do you feel when you're dating that person? Now, I'm asking everybody to be grown up and don't take this personal, okay? Because I'm asking the person how they feel when they're dating someone outside of who they're normally dating. All right, so let's get into it. So Tara says, have dated outside my race. I absolutely prefer to date my brothers. Okay. Shani said, I wish I could be attracted to other races cause.
Joe, I ain't even get to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Like you just went on to the folks. They're still typing.
I'm trying to save you, sir, but go ahead.
Save me?
Yeah,
from what?
From some of everything. But go
I
ahead.
can care less. I don't care how people feel. That's just how I identify with it.
Okay, well, go ahead, sir.
For me personally, like I said, it depends. I would date black women. Those would probably be option one. But if I'm finna go for option 2 or 3, it's gonna be Latinos or some Asians. And I feel like those are, if I'm not doing a black woman, those are the next 2 that I'm pretty sure on some commonality we're gonna be able to find something that we agree on, or that we're gonna be able to mutually understand each other on some other type of level.
Okay, so ladies, I got to ask you. Okay, I see a lot of people saying black men, and it look like you are white women. So I want to ask the white ladies, why do you prefer black men over white men? And if you're black, I want to know why you prefer a Huntai. What's the word in English? Why you prefer white man over a black man? Let's get into it. It's Joe Lockett Show on the Joe Lockett Network. It's 14 minutes after the hour. Thank you guys for locking in with us. Jennifer, basically the same. However, I prefer men of color. So Jennifer, are you black or what is it? Jimby? Are you black or white? Jimby, are you black or white? I can't really see it on here. Tam, they are more in tune to a woman's feelings.
That's a black woman.
That's a black woman. Okay. Okay, so I know Tams is white. I know her. And also Casey, I'm with a Latino man. I'm treated with like royalty, love, respect, honor, has no color. See, this is what we need to get into on the Joe Lockett Show.
Okay, I'm attracted to blondes and say, is that the same for you?
Who says that?
Jeff.
Jeff on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. They have more substance. Okay, so who you saying? Shar, you saying who got more substance, blacks or whites? Jimmy said, I'm of color. So Jimmy said she's of color. They treat women with better respect than white men. Okay. So Shar says also black. Okay. So, but see, this is what I want to talk about when you're dating outside the race. Aqua Woman said, I love black men and do not desire to date other. Okay. Joe, you already know, read my comment above. Okay. Let me see. Can I find what Rachel said above?
She like us a black.
I think black men
she like us a black
height, unlike a white man. Okay.
Yeah, she said that on the show.
Okay. Yeah, she did. Soul Lady says, I love black men, period. Erica said, period. Kate, I'm not dating white men, never, ever, ever, ever. Okay.
Godly.
So
okay.
Is Kate black? I'm trying to see here.
Yes.
Okay, she is. Okay. It's my first time here. Hey, Soul Lady. Well, welcome to the Joe Lockett Show, the Joe Lockett Network. I appreciate you guys. Yes, I am black. Okay. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you all, ladies. Make sure you share the video, hit the like button. So, nephew, you said you don't, you want to date, you want to try the Asian persuasion.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And would you said you would definitely try Latino.
Yes. Most definitely.
And you said white women would be your.
That's the last resort.
That'd be the last resort. That'd be the last resort for you. Okay. So let me say this to everybody. Let me ask everybody. No, I'm dating white men either. I'm not dating white men either. Rachel, thank you. Okay, so this is what I've heard black women say.
Okay.
I've heard black women say that date white men, that white men treat them better than the black man does. Right?
I've been told that too.
Because they cater to them, they respect them a lot more. They're more caring and affectionate towards them. And that's what I've heard from most black women. And my family members, some of them are married to white men, and she is beautiful. And she dated around, but she said when every white guy she dated treated her more. And this is be honest, my cousin told me the white guy that she dated treated her more like a queen than the guys that call her queen that were black. Taking her word for it. So I don't know, have you ladies experienced that? Now, what I'm hearing from white women is that black men treat them more with respect than the white men do. So my question on this show today, let's get real, but let's keep it, let's not get disrespectful. Is a man dating a woman, does he treat another ethnicity more better than he treat his own? And the question would be why? This is Joe Lockett Show, Joe Lockett Network. We're talking about dating outside your norm. Let's go. That's true though. Oh, that's bull. Okay, what's bull soul lady? What's bull soul lady like? That's what my black friends are so about white men.
William Rudd on Facebook says once you're in your 40s, you have no circle of friends. I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's responding to. So
so the question that I'm asking, if you're just locking into the Joe Lockett Show on the Joe Lockett Network, is it when you're dating outside your race, you're going to treat another race different than you are when you're dating your own? Because black women say white men treat them better than the black men, and white women say black men treat them better than the white men. I got white women on here right now saying they are that's the case, right?
Okay, but we got to dissect how that is.
Okay, so what does that look like? I prefer the African American man nod to my own father. He was a great husband to my mother. What is this? Transforming? My last relationship was interracial. I have a son by him. Okay. Rachel said, I have a black female friend who only date white men because they treat her with respect. And I'm asking, this is what I've heard, that black women who date white men say that the white man treats her better. This is Joe Lockett Show. It's on Joe Lockett Network. And like I said, I'm going to go into mine, but a lot of people know my story. So I'm going to talk about, my experience, but I want to make sure that I get everybody's experience out there first. Let's talk about it.
But I mean, it's a reason why. Like, it makes sense why they treating you better than they would their own.
Okay, and if anybody want to come onto the show, you guys can come on. We'll talk to you on TikTok here. Okay, so let me see. Can I bring anybody? Tamlin, I don't know. You got to have 1,000. I think you have 1,000 people to be able to actually come on to the show here.
William Rudd says, what I mean, I live in a small town, but once you're 40s plus, there's no groups to hang out with, minimalist, minus the bars with no groups. Everyone has kids and no time to hang out. Okay, so he's in a small town.
He's in a small town, so he just does what's best. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sugar Hill said,
and he probably not even really outside of about 2 races. Right. It's probably not too much intermingling with other races.
Exactly. Let's see. Sugar Hill said, if that's the case, you're just not dating the right man, black or white, as far as treatment goes. Let's see, Sugar Hill, I'm going to disagree with you. And I can speak to this because I've been in these situations of dating out of my race. So I'm going to talk to that a little bit later. Chrissy Hill said, I have dated both black and white men, and they both have treated me well. I'm a white single woman. So let me ask you, Chrissy, which one do you prefer? This is the Joe Lockett Show and Joe Lockett Network. Victor says, the black man that I know, hardworking and very respectful. Now let me make sure we're very, very clear when we're talking about being respected. We're not saying that the black men are disrespecting black women, but I'm saying that I think what I've been told by black women that date white men, it's not that their men are disrespecting them, it's that they are more, the white man is more attentive. He's not argumentative as the black man would be to a black woman, is what I've been told, right? He's not going to, I guess, a white man don't feel as comfortable talking or arguing with a black woman, and he gives her a little bit more space, a little more leniency than a black man would, because the black man knows, the culture, and so you can go back and say things to each other that the white man probably wouldn't say to her, and so that's probably why she felt my cousin feels that way, that the man that she's married to, he's not very argumentative as a black man that the black man she dated were to her. Victor says, whenever I talk to black women, I tend to tread lightly. I'm a tribal member. So what does that mean? So what is your nationality, Victor, if I may ask you? Dag, I'm missing out. So I'm gonna say this.
Tribal. So you got some type of Hawaiian, or maybe.
I dated Caucasian man. I believe that he was a great person. He is no longer alive. So I'm gonna say this to the women. Are you open to dating outside your race? You know what I'm saying? Are you open to dating internationally to anybody? Right? And what does that look like for you? Would you give them a try? Do it just have to be a white man? Does it just have to be a black man that you're going to date? I'm Native American. Okay, Victor, I appreciate you locking into the show. Yes and no. I'm not. He's Colombian and Japanese. Are you open to dating a Colombian? Or are you open to dating a Japanese? Or you're just open to dating Japanese men on Tokidoki in Japan? Sure, not just black men for me. Okay. Erica Bunk, I see she's on here. Erica, are you open to dating outside your race? Tony says she's open. Now I know when I've talked with Tams on here that she prefers black men, and I think Rachel, she prefers black men because they treat her better than the white man does. That's what she said, and they both are white. Tokidoki says she dates me. Okay, gotcha. Love you. Ice Studio. Mahogany. I'm not against dating other races, but I love the look, scent, color, the deepness of a black man. Okay, that's good. Hello, Poppy. Oh, hey, Luna. How's it going? Sharon. I have not dated outside my race, but yes, I'm open to date. Anybody want to jump in on the show? You guys can. I'll be glad to bring you in on the show because I love to hear women's opinion on this. But yes, I'm open to dating outside of my race. I'm currently dating a black man. Well, he's mixed and he's very respectful. Although, what's the although there, Christy? Mahogany, nothing like it. I only love the touch of a black man. Okay. Aqua Woman says, I don't want to, but it would be a last resort. Indian, Hispanic, or ethnic culture. I need some chocolate, says Luna. we have had one bad argument. Okay. I'm not attracted to black men. I'm more attracted to black men than other races. Not open, but my friend was married to a Caucasian man. He was very nice. Monique says, no, not open to dating outside of my race, black men for me. Okay, this is where I'm going to get in trouble at, nephew. All right. So you said you would date outside your race. Have you ever came close to dating outside your race, nephew?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened with that?
It just never fell through.
It never fell through?
Yeah, it just never fell through or situations. It wasn't that we wasn't interested. It didn't stay to where it stayed on track for that. Somebody either had to deal with their own life situations where they end up moving, or well, honestly, that's probably it. Because I was on a date a Latino when I was in school, but it didn't fall through. I moved. I went to another school, so, and then I was working with the Asian one, and that one kind of fell through too. She moved back home. So, man.
All right, guys, you guys are locking in right now. It's 26 minutes after that. You guys are locked into the Joe Lockett Network on the Joe Lockett Show. We're talking about dating outside your circle. Have you ever dated outside your circle? Do you prefer dating outside your circle? And is it different when you date outside your circle? And this is where we get in trouble at Amy, Angel Shaw, Tokidoki, Elisa. This is where we get in trouble. Hey, Pressure. Hey, Peaceful. How you doing? Make sure y'all do me a favor. Share the video out there. Hit that like button. Let's get me up to 5,000 likes today. This is where I said we get in trouble at. Because when you're dating outside the race, right? If a man is dating outside his race, but a black man dating outside his race, and if women get offended when
I knew it was going, yeah.
But we got to talk about it though, right? Because I am that guy who can talk on this subject. But that's why I wanted to make sure that I talked to other people before I started talking about me, because I know, nephew, how this is going to go. I have been slammed and drugged and beat up when it comes to, when I'm talking about dating internationally or dating outside your race. Hey, Yolanda, how's it going, baby girl? Charles said, it feels good with a black man all the way around. Victor, U.S. Native Americans tend to stay with its own race. Char, I totally agree with you. Hey, Mahogany, I love the name. I've had a white man flirt with me and wanted to date me. I kissed one. What?
Man, get on. Get on. I'm not even gonna get into that.
It felt like I kissed a wall. Okay, Mahogany.
Wow.
Really, Mahogany? That's what we're doing right now?
You're going out your way to see how unpleasant it was.
It shouldn't matter if you're happy with it. I agree with you, Luna. Thank you for having this forum and speaking openly. The only thing I ask people while we do this show today, just make sure we be respectful. I don't want to get kicked off of social media, but I think it's something we need to talk about and be able to talk about it in the way that we're grown folks. This is the Joe Lockett Show. We got my boy nephew over here, Mr. Entangling himself. I am America's favorite side dude on the Joe Lockett Network. Now, dating outside your race. It's exciting to some people, and some people, nephew, honestly, some women gonna say, no, I'm not dating outside of my race. Some men are gonna say, no, I'm not dating outside my race. I love my race. Now, in the black race, we do see men and women that date outside. Now, the Latino race, I'm gonna say it's much harder. It's much harder for them to date outside their race because they really stick to their own, to my knowledge. And even in the Asian culture, right? It's harder. It's hard. It's really frowned upon by the family. They want to keep it all Asian. But the white community and the black community, for centuries, for decades now, they have, not centuries, but for decades, they have been going back and forth. And we're not going to go back through the history of where we came from to where we are now. But I have never said this on the airways, okay? But my great grandfather, okay, was black. My great grandmother was black. My great grandmother ran away from the plantation with my great grandfather. My grandmother, my mom's mom, was half white, half black. So when you see your boy Joe Lockett, thank you, great granddaddy. He put it in me.
Oh wow! So it's in your blood.
It's in my blood. All jokes aside, my great grandmother, right, was white, and my great grandfather was black, and they ran away together. And then if you saw my grandmother, she looked white. My mom is my mom is black, but my grandmother was half white, half black. Let's see here. My great grandfather was Caucasian. My mom is half white. So you see, a lot of people have been through the exact same thing. What I don't like is someone date outside their race because they have prejudice against their own. But see, this is what I want to talk about on the show. Okay, can we talk about this? And I want to talk about this on the Joe Lockett Show today, y'all. And let's be open and honest, but let's be kind to one another.
Yeah, you're gonna take it over there.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this conversation here because I see a lot of times, and when I'm gonna say, if anybody been watching me, anybody who knows Joe Lockett, I have dated outside my race, right? I have 2 biracial kids. My daughters, I've dated, their mom is Japanese. I'm black, so my daughters are half black, half Japanese. I've dated white women, I've dated Latino women, I've dated black women. There is a difference. Let me just say that. People get mad when I say this. It's not that I'm denigrating anybody or any one ethnicity, but if you date outside your race, can we be open and honest? There is a difference. You're dating them because there's a difference, whether because of skin color, the way they cook, the way they treat you. It's not denigrating the other person. It's not, shaming upon where you come from, nephew, or anybody, but it's a difference. They make you feel a certain way. They're giving you something that you was not getting from the other person. Now, I'm not saying that the other person would not do that for you, but I think a lot of times when a black man says that I'm dating a white woman and she treated me better, I see a lot of black women get in an uproar. And I see, well, black woman says that a white man treated her better. Some black men get in an uproar. But it's true for them. Can we be honest about that? For that person that dated that white person, whether she's a woman or a man, for them, that white man or white woman treated them better than their own. What's wrong with that? That don't mean they're prejudiced, but I think in the black community, we have a wall up, and it's not supposed to be said out loud that someone is treating you better than your own. Well, I don't know if that, Ursula, I don't think that means that they are prejudiced. I think that we're being offended by something that we don't understand because we haven't experienced it, right? It's the temperament in their behavior. Okay, so because people are allowed to have preferences, attractions can be the only reason for some. I'll go and say, but some makes it about the entire race. Okay, but even if a person, just say, I'm just hypothetically speaking to the audience today. You guys locked into the Joe Lockett Show. We're talking about dating outside the circle. If I made a preference and say the woman that I'm dating, and just say she happens to be Japanese, and I love everything about her. She makes me feel good. She cooks good for me. She's the best thing. And somebody said, well, what about the black woman? And I said, well, she does it better than the woman that I was married to prior to the women that I dated in my black race. Is that prejudice, nephew?
No.
Because if a woman says that the white,
but you can see how the misunderstanding is.
I understand if you want to take it that way, but let me ask you: when you hear us men, when we hear black women that date, and we got to get into this, we hear a black woman dating a white man, and she say the white man treats her better than the black man. Do you, as a black man, take offense to that?
No,
I don't. So I'm asking black women, why do you take offense when a black man says, however he says it, why do you take offense that black man says that white woman or Asian woman or Latino woman is treating him better? doesn't argue as much. This is one has been one that has been really a tough conversation to have. But I want to have it openly and kindly, and women, we're having a conversation. I'm not saying black women are argumentative. We're having the conversation. So please don't go out there and say, Joe, like, I'm having the conversation with you guys.
Real quick.
Sure.
Facebook and YouTube, sorry for the technical difficulties. It did just go out, but we are back on.
Okay. Go for it. All right. So when we're talking about one of the big ones, nephew, is black women are argumentative, white women are not. And this has caused a big uproar when a black man says this about a black woman. But this is what I've heard black women say when they're dating white men, that white men are not argumentative and black men are. But black women take offense, I guess, because they are saying it and they happen to be with a white woman. And I guess the black women feel that he is crapping on the strife and the history of a black woman and why she's argumentative to him. I get that point. I do, ladies, I do. But nephew, ladies, Charlotte, Aquawoman, Soul Lady, like Tokidoki, can I ask you this? When you ask a man, or you're talking to black men in general, or why they're dating this person, is their answer not, is the way they answer not relevant to the way they feel about the person that they are with? And shouldn't they put the person they are dating, whether it's a man or woman, over everybody else, whether it's black, white, Latino, or Asian? I'm asking this question. If the man you're dating happens to be white and you're black, shouldn't you put him over everybody else because that's the guy you're dating? That's the guy you're in love with? And vice versa. If a man is dating, you ask him, why he's dating this woman, he says, well, she's not as argumentative as black women are. And that's the way he feels.
Did they ask?
No, but I don't know. But I don't know how men say. But I've seen, of course, we've all seen clips of black men saying, well, black women are argumentative and white women are not, and women get, they lose their mind when a black man says that.
Look,
go ahead.
Me personally, I'll look at you a certain type of way if you went out of your way to mention the race factor. Now, if somebody asking a question, then they're asking a question.
Right.
You can't get mad because you asked the question. You wanted the answer. I'm gonna give it to you. But if you're going out of your way, if you're going out of your way to say it, then it's kind of like, well, why'd you mention it like that? Even if it was something small or lighthearted, as she works for me because when I dated black women didn't yada yada yada. But well, if the conversation didn't lean towards black women in any way, if they was just asking you how she works with you or how you like her, and you go out of your way to mention it, then it's like, all right, there's something else there.
It may be, but it's that person's story to tell.
That's his story to tell, but it's not gonna not get him looked at. Okay.
But if he or she is like straight dogging the black woman or the black man, I'm with you. But if you
there's levels to it. But
there you go.
There's levels to it. But even on the surface or the first level, you would still think, well, God, Lee, you do feel a way about black women. Or even if it was vice versa, if it was a white woman talking about talking to other white men and saying, yo, white men don't treat me right, that's why I'm with black
white women on here that's saying right straight right now that they don't deal with white men because they treat them bad.
But with that being the case, though, like you said, it's levels.
Yeah.
But with that being the case, though, we can't speak towards it because we black dudes.
Right.
But I'm sure some white men is like, golly, my golly.
Don't you think so?
Yes. Yes.
So you feel that way if a black woman straight went out there and said, let's be me and you. If a black woman went out
if a black woman went out of her way to make an effort for me to know, and I know I haven't asked you why black men didn't work with you, for once, for one thing,
me personally, if I see a black lady with a white man or a Hispanic man, I already get the feeling it didn't work when you was dealing with your own race. So I ain't even gotta ask that.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, why are you guys happy? And I'll ask that. Well, if I ask that question, why are you guys happy? And you go out of your way to mention, even if it was light, I'm gonna look at that answer away because you went out of your way to mention.
But this is what means
you mentioned
it, but here's it, bro. Because
you mentioned it sounds away.
No, but you
that
don't ask me then.
Because
don't ask me a question you don't want my answer to.
I asked you why are you happy. I didn't ask you why you're not dealing with black people.
Okay, but when you ask me,
that's completely different questions.
But I'm entitled to answer the question the way I want to.
Okay, and I'm entitled to take it how I want to.
Exactly. But if you're taking it that I'm a black man or a black woman and I hate my race and my mother and daddy have
nobody. I said it was degrees.
No,
I said it was degrees.
I understand that, but
everybody don't take it to where you're just hating on your race. But I'm gonna look at you as if you do have some self-deprecation. I'm gonna look at you that way,
but
because you went out of your way.
But when somebody says that, I have an issue when they say that you have a race about yourself and you look in the mirror and you're black.
That's them making that the issue, though.
When you
but you're bringing the problem.
But when you look in them, so how can a person have an issue
Joe,
with a black person when they are black or they're white?
Good for that person. When you look in the mirror, you like yourself. Cool. Nobody's talking about that. We're talking about the fact of the matter is, if I give you a simple question as to, hey, why are you two together and why are you two happy? What makes you two happy together? Not one question or part of that told you to bring up race.
But you asked the question. Say it again.
Why are you guys happy together?
Because
what makes you guys work?
Because what she does for me is she's more attentive. She's not argumentative, and she does blah 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 blah.
You know what you didn't say? You know what you didn't say though? You did not say that because she's not black.
But no,
you did not say that. But you said everything else that makes
right.
that right.
But if I don't say it and I say she's not argumentative, it is assumed that I'm talking about the black woman is.
Well, I can't. For that part, I'm not going to argue that point.
But right there, but you know, if I said exactly what you said, how that would be taken.
For some black people, yes.
That's my what I'm talking about.
I'm not arguing that point.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought we wasn't mentioning the folks that go out their way to make it yourself offended. I'm talking for folks that, hey, if I'm coming at you and I can clearly understand that maybe it didn't work out with your own race, and this is why you're dibbling and dabbling into what works for you. If I'm asking you that question as to what makes you happy, and you go out of your way to mention the race, regardless on what degree it is, like I said, I'ma still interpret that as if there's some deprecation in there.
Okay, let me ask you a question, because I see Rachel and Tam, they went out their way. I didn't ask them, but they went out their way and said, I prefer black men. They went out their way to make sure they said that. Is that deprecation or is that just their preference?
No, because Rachel is white.
Well, Rachel's black too.
No, which Rachel?
Rachel is white. So she said that I prefer black men.
Okay.
Tam said I prefer black men. We didn't ask. But what I'm saying is, but they went out their way to say
I prefer.
Yes. So what I'm saying is,
ask that question.
So I'm asking, are they hating on their white men, or they saying what they prefer?
No, they're not, because if they're not with the person in my eyes, then cool. I have preferences too. This is where the preferences and what you go out of your way to do or say and act have a gray area.
Okay.
This is where that has that gray area.
Hold tight, right? I want to be what Mahogany says. Mahogany says that I know a very handsome man that say he does not date black women because they reject him. And okay, that. Let's talk about it. If you're dating outside your circle, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal.
It's not.
And I think you have to be very careful, especially if you're a black man. Black women don't have this problem, but black men have this problem. Because it's how you say what you say, even though if you don't mean it in a harmful way, it can be taken the wrong way. I don't know where this started from. I don't know what this has been, but I can speak M-O-E, man of experience, that whenever I have dated outside my race, if I'm holding a white woman's hand, my ex-Japanese wife hand, right, or Latino's hand, I get dirty looks from black women.
But you know why that is.
No. But what I'm saying is, when you're dating outside your race as a black man, you're looked upon as black women look at you as if they are not good enough for you, and so you went outside the race, and you are shown or looked at a certain way. But black men do not look at a black woman when she's dating a white man the way that a black woman looks at a black man if she's dating a white woman.
I think that's more towards the attraction, if you want me to be honest. I think that's more towards the attraction. I think it's easy to get wrapped up into how that does look on the surface level, but I think what most folks deny is the attraction that you have for whoever it is you envy of. So say, for instance, when they see you with the white woman, most black women will find you attractive, right? So they're going to be looking like, all right, why would this attractive, clearly handsome, or, you know what I mean, put together black man choose a white woman without even giving consideration to whatever past you may have?
Gotcha.
That's the image.
Right.
That's the image of it. But I kid you not, let you been a fat black man. Let you been a short one. Let you have some deficiencies that did not pop up into what they find attractive. Nobody care.
Now you're absolutely right on that. Because like I said, when I was dating a white woman, bro, the looks that I got when I'm with this white woman from black women, bro, it was horrible, right? And I've had some black women, and this is my experience, so I'm not sitting here, I don't have to sugarcoat it. This happened to me. I've had some black women say where I can hear it, why the blank blank he dated that blankety blank blank
blank blank.
This bro, totally disrespectful to the woman I'm dating. Bro, let me say something. I have said nothing to them, not looked at them, not held her tighter and act like I'm so proud just to be her because I'm not with you. Nothing. I'm just sitting down, walking down with holding her hand, and the looks and the things that some black women have said just to be malicious,
but it don't fit the image.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. The image for what most us black folks, because we have a heritage about us too, and we neglect
most
it.
Black women don't, y'all, but I'm just saying there are some that do.
Yeah, just some. Yeah. But we have a heritage to us too. Just like how most, Hispanic families, they want to see a proud Hispanic family into the heritage. It makes the rest of the race kind of feel good because it's like, yo, we keeping up what makes us proud. Likewise for black folks. At least that's how I interpret it. Now, there's, like we said, there's levels to all this, and it's a lot of gray. So you don't know what's going on with these men or these women that entertain outside races, regardless on how you think they would look with their own. Right. It didn't work. But nobody cares about what didn't work. So looking at the image of what you said. Because you set the tone for other folks. Most folks gonna be like, well, look at this man over there with this and this and that. He's showing off that that most black folks ain't in a successful relationship, something like that crazy. Because I saw even a post recently with a few black football players. I think they was from Florida. They all took this picture with their white girlfriends. And the post said, man, this is what happens to all these black superstars and athletes. They gonna find them a white girl.
And can we speak on that? Okay, I really do want to speak on black women dating white men when they're successful, and black men dating white women when they're successful. Let's speak on that, y'all. This is Joe Lockett Show. It's 55 minutes after that. We just locked into Joe Lockett Network. We're talking about dating outside your circle. Let's be respectful. Let's hold an open conversation. Just put your feelings out there, but don't disrespect anybody. Don't denigrate anybody, because everybody's entitled to their own feelings. But I don't want to get kicked off of social media, so let's have a conversation. Okay? So I'm very serious about this. And this is a conversation, Nephew, you talked about. I was on radio for 10 years until last week, and I decided to go ahead and leave the radio station. And I always wanted to have this conversation open and honest. So please share the video out there. Let's get it in, y'all. When an athlete gets money and he marries a white woman, a black man gets all kind of flack from the black community.
I got two examples of why.
But I got to ask this question here, okay? Because, and I got to ask black women that's on this show today. I didn't see the same kind of energy with the vice president of the United States. I didn't see the same kind of energy, okay, with Serena Williams.
Okay.
No, but I'm saying.
I can tell you why.
Okay, but hold on. But they was out there parading around. They married these people, right? They love these men, these men in their lives, put them up on pedestals, said everything they said. But I saw black women support these women like it was no tomorrow. But if a black man went out there and got a white woman on his arm, even if a black man helped Vice President Kamala Harris to get to where she was, okay? She married a white man. Even if a black man helped Serena Williams get to where she is today and did all the stuff, she married a white man, correct? Because this is the story that black women say to black men. This is what they say. You dated a black woman until you got her to here. Then when you got all this money, you married a white woman. Well, these women did the exact same thing and went to high levels, and they still married a white man. You didn't hear black men getting all upset about this. My question is to black women. Why is it that when these men get to that level, right, and they marry a white woman, why are black women upset? Is the question. Let's go.
Let's expand it.
Sure.
Because it's not just black women. But with them being the loudest voice, I can get why you say that. But it's not just black women.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold your thought. Don't forget your thought. But I just want to put this there. Oppressing men. Black women aren't out here oppressing men. Is the athletes out here oppressing black women when they marry somebody that's white? Because I don't see a lot of black men, nephew, that goes out on these when they get married and get traded or get a multi-million-dollar contract, and they're oppressing black women because they marry a white woman.
Like I said, we gotta talk about the image here.
Let's go.
The image with this is what follows the criticism. And what I mean by that is who looks more attractive in the situation, who has more to give or to gain from the optics, and who looks like they're doing better.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is I made one of the points with you. Hey, if you with another reasonably attractive white woman, but you're an attractive black man, that's gonna look away. Let's say you have money. Let's say you didn't even look that attractive, but you clearly look like a successful black man. But you was with a white woman. Let's also put in maybe the optics made it look like, okay, now maybe he's not as successful, but he's very influential for a black man. Okay, but he with a white woman. You hear the butt that comes in with that? That's the natural butt that comes in because golly, you don't have that same, it looked different and it hit different when that same influence is with your own. This is why the Carmella Harris or maybe the Serena Williams don't get that backlash, because most dudes are not looking at another dude that way. Especially most black dudes. Unless they, you know what I mean, on the spectrum, cool. But we're not talking about them. Most heterosexual black dudes ain't looking at the white man as on an attractive level. But this is why I said it's more than just black women feeling like that, because there are black dudes that act that way when they see a successful white man with a black woman. There are black men that
there are some men that say, but it's very few. But it's very few.
It's very few because we don't like we just asked each other. We don't care like that.
I don't care. Serena Williams is happy with her white husband. I am totally happy for her.
But do you hear any
happy with her?
But hold on. Let's dissect that though.
Sure.
Let's not run past it.
Okay.
Serena Williams is the more influential one in this relationship. Serena Williams is the one that has the most clout. Serena Williams, from the optics, I don't know what he does, but from the optics, she looked like she's the more successful one in this relationship. Plus, he doesn't look like a threat. So we don't care.
And if anybody want to join in this conversation, if you're on TikTok, hey, I'll be glad to have you guys in here to listen to a woman's point of view on this, or any man. You guys can just say you want to be invited, and you guys can come in on this conversation.
Carmella Harris, she's the vice president.
Right.
We don't care about her husband.
I don't know. I mean, Imagine if Barack Obama
was that married a white woman. He's the first black president of the United States.
The first black man, bro. People would have lost their dog. Women would have lost their mind. But women didn't. This is the problem that I got. But women didn't lose their mind when the first black woman got into a high office and she had a white man on her side.
Because we don't care. We don't care about that optic.
But that's what I'm saying. So how can I guess my question to the women are why, if we don't keep it the same energy, it's hyperbole.
But that's because we dudes. It's probably more important for a black woman, and I'm only assuming, like I said, I ain't no black woman, and I don't even care for it.
Right.
But at the same time, if I'm putting myself in them shoes, that type of influence, especially from most black women that do say, yo, man, regardless on how much I don't think black men are yada, 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 I love my black man. As much as most black dudes would date any other type of race, you know what I said when you asked me, yo, before I try with this white woman,
okay, hold on.
I'm gonna date another black
join
woman.
This conversation. I guess you have to hit invite y'all. Let me see. I don't know if I can invite you.
If you don't hit the certain requirement, you ain't gonna be able to.
Yeah, you have to have 1,000 people. I think you have to be able to have 1,000 folks, 1,000 followers to have to jump into this conversation. If you got 1,000 followers, you can join into the conversation. Go ahead, nephew.
But I that's what I feel like for most of these situations. Most folks, without really admitting it, you don't like the optics to it. It looked bad. It looked bad if you see a successful black man not with his black people. It looks bad if the bloodline kind of seems like it's going to end up being mixed. That's part of the reason why most Asian or Hispanic folks are hesitant when they're getting their kids or seeing their kids with other races.
Right. Because
you're mixing the blood. You're mixing the heritage that we hold true and very sacred. So for them to even pass off somebody else, they have to have a good degree on you, a good amount of respect. For most cases that I hear,
and I get what you're saying, but I said this when Vice President Kamala Harris became Vice President of the United States, right? When I was on radio, that she could have been the President of the United States, but when she was trying to come out of California. But black people didn't think that a woman should be a president of the United States. So she didn't even make it out of California. Black people did not get Kamala Harris into office. President Joe Biden elected her to become his vice president. That's what a lot of people don't understand. She was not voted, on by black people. When black people had a chance to vote, women and men.
I got a question, man.
Sure.
You lost me. What they got to do with her dating a white or marrying a white man?
Because when I look at the flight for where she is right now, to being the vice president, one of the most powerful women, very proud. I've given her congratulations and accolades for everything she's done. Being the first black woman to hit that office, very proud to see that, because when I look at that, I see that my daughters, and future generations, that we actually are able to hold an office. Barack Obama, very proud. Regardless of what accomplishments that people say he did or didn't do, we made it to that office. They set the bar, and anybody else, now we know we can get into the office, because before those two got into the office, bro, we never thought that, number one, a woman would ever be the vice president or the president. And I never thought I would see a black president of the United States of America. But when I saw that, again, regardless of the accomplishments that they made or didn't make, I know now that we can accomplish anything in the United States of America. So kudos to them on that. But when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about when you look at when she ran for office in California, there was not a knock on her because she had a white husband. There was a knock on her because she was a woman. And even women felt that she was not fit. They didn't want a woman to run the country. How do I know this? Don't get this podcast twisted. Go look back at my history. And it's in radio. I'm a political radio talk show host. That was my background. That's what I did. Go ahead.
I'm still confused though. Because how are we correlating that to her?
What I'm saying is because when it came to her dating married to a white man, no one held that against her. So when I'm looking at her at the highest office in the land, her being a black woman, they're dating a white man. Black men didn't care.
And you talking about that being held against her from her own people.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. As this black man, when she ran as president, she wanted to run for president when she was in California, nobody cared as black men.
And you're saying, had that been a black man in that
if
same
Barack
scenario,
Obama would have had a white woman on his side, he would not be the president of the United States of America right now. He would have become the president of the United States of America. Would not.
But you don't think they would have?
They would not have become the president of the United States of America. If he didn't have Michelle Obama, I'm going to say this, he would not have become the president of the United States of America.
I can't speak on that because I don't know. And I mean, it's hypothetical that I could entertain.
No, you don't have to entertain, but I'm just saying, just my personal opinion. I don't think that he would have been able to because he would have lost a lot of the black women vote at the end of the day. But I'm glad, for whatever the reason why. But the premise of this is when I look at black women in high positions, and we were talking about athletes. When black men and athletes date white women, there is a cloud over them.
Well, how do you? Well, let's dissect it. Like we got none of time. Why do you think that is?
You're right. That's my opinion, y'all. I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but that's just my opinion.
But let's dissect it. Why do you think that is? Because the optics would say that a lot of women are getting to it nowadays, right?
Sure.
They're making good money. They're making, you know what I mean, a nice living for themselves. They're becoming very successful in this 22nd or first century that the past centuries they weren't able to. That's granted. And it kind of looks like on the dating pool that the tides have changed or if not switched.
Okay.
Now we add in minorities. Let's start with the black folks. When you see a successful black man, doesn't that feel few and in between? Answer that. Doesn't it feel few and in between?
It's no different than a white man though. But I don't think it's no.
We're gonna go to each.
No,
let's
but
not go fast. Let's go do it.
But I don't think there's no difference between a successful black man and a white man.
Joe, I didn't ask that.
No, I don't think it's free in between. I disagree.
Why you say that?
Because I don't think, from where I stand and sit, there are just as many successful black men as there are broke black men.
Okay, but how do you differentiate the two? What's the optics to it? Because all I'm talking about is the optics.
The optics, when I look at a black man right now, that most black men are hardworking men and they're handling their business.
But what is successful today?
Successful is a black man that got a job that can take care of himself and his family.
Nah, that's reasonable. What is successful today?
I just said success is a black man that has a job that can take care of his family.
No,
you ain't saying who's rich. You said successful.
Successful is degree on how much money you look like you have.
No. That's to say you rich, not successful. So
if we go on specific,
rich don't mean
Joe, if we go on specific on stuff, then cool. I'm not arguing your point. I'm talking about the optics. I'm talking about how it looks. For most folks, they would think that a successful black man comes few and in between. And if they're not an athlete, if they're not some super big influencer, if they're not something that look like it comes with a lot of money, regardless on a hard-working man, black man that do go through and grind, I'm not arguing that point to say it's wrong, but for folks that are superficial, that don't look like success, that looks like somebody that's doing reasonably good.
Okay, so if anybody listening to the show measures success that you have to be an athlete or making over $1 million,
they're wrong. Exactly. So I'm not arguing them being right. I'm just arguing the point. So the point of a lot of folks are looking at that in that bubble, in that box. They're not looking at it for more.
Okay, so let me ask you this question from your hypothetical point that you're talking about.
Okay.
Are the people looking at that, are they rich themselves?
No, but
okay, so they don't matter because you can't look at this person as
you can't say it don't matter if you're craving it. If you're craving that type of thing, or you're trying to get that thing. If you're craving
it, and you can't bring the same thing to the table, you are a mute point to the conversation.
I fully agree with you, but that don't stop folks from doing it. That don't stop folks from how they view it, and that don't stop folks from how they treat
that people. Is a black hole conversation that don't even matter to what we're talking about.
It do.
In my whole opinion.
It do. It do, because I'm only talking about the optics. You keep asking why do black women view it in that type of way. We're breaking it down.
But I don't think women view because
regardless of race, most women nowadays want their man to be the financial provider. We've talked about this, right?
Yes.
But if not the sole financial provider.
Right.
Now, regardless on whatever woman this is, to each their own, how they want that to be specific. But we've talked with a lot of the viewers and a lot of the folks, and a lot of folks personally, they would prefer that. Now, if we're breaking it down from not just being a man, but to minorities and other races, we have to break down each minority or race from the optics. And from Black men, the optics, not what's really true. What's real and true, nobody cares about that. Period. They only care from how it looks. That's the superficial age we're in.
Okay.
It's only about how it looks, not about how it really is. Because if you didn't dress up all like that, or you didn't show off your muscle, nobody would care as much.
Right.
But from how it looks appealing. It looks like you got everything together. But had you not led with that,
okay,
half of that be gone, right?
I understand your optics point, but I think if for Black women, when they see a Black man that has married a white woman, when he reached the NBA, MLB, boxing, or in the football,
Success,
right? They see success, but I have daughters, and I think as a Black woman, this is what I've been told, and I just want to be open and honest about it.
Okay.
When a Black woman sees this, some women think that if that's the norm, a Black woman don't stand a chance to be with a Black man once he reaches that level, even if she prefers him. He prefers something else other than her.
Oh, that's what they're thinking the man is.
Yes. So let me say that once again.
Okay.
When a Black man and a Black woman sees a Black man marrying a white woman when he reached a multi-million-dollar contract, they feel for themselves that if this is the norm, if this is what Black men do once they get to that level, regardless of what he feels, but if they're saying from their personal standpoint of view, that I don't stand a chance to be with a man like that, because once he gets to that level, he's not going to want a woman that
he's not even going to entertain
a woman that looks like me. And that's a valid point.
My only pushback to that point, though, because you're right, it's a valid point because there's some Black men that act like that.
Right.
So I would never denigrate that point.
Right.
It's a valid point to a degree. But what the image I was trying to paint for most folks, and from what the successful athlete is, right? From the successful athlete's point of view is, when I was grinding to be successful, my optics didn't match what you felt was attractive. When I was grinding to be successful, my optics didn't match what that was gonna look like. And so that's what's gonna be his reply to that.
And this is what I say and this is what I really want to get into this conversation about with America. And I hope y'all guys share this video out there and hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. This is Joe Lockett Show. We're talking about dating outside your circle. It's a tough conversation, y'all. It really is. And please don't get offended, Black women, white women, Latino women. We're just having an adult conversation on a Friday evening on the Joe Lockett Network. When a Black man gets a lot of money, right? And it's his first time, and 9 times out of 10, if you're in sports, right, you're between 18 and 21, 22.
Yeah. Young.
Let me explain this to women. It don't have to make sense. But let me just talk to women from a man's point of view. Not prejudice, not denigrating, not shooting any vitriol towards any ethnicity, okay? At all. We have an open conversation. Everybody's open and entitled to their opinions. But I'm just telling you guys, I'm prefacing this because what I'm going to say is going to sound harsh and stupid.
It's a safe space.
But I want to say this. A Black man that's dating, that has money and has dated Black women all his life, and now for the first time he got millions of dollars and he can date anybody he wants to, the incitement, the allure is, I'm going to try something new. You're not going to go to Walmart, okay? You know what I'm saying?
That's
That you're
Whole
used to,
Foods from now on.
right? No, but you're going to try something new.
Right.
Now, when you're 18 to 21 or 25 years old, when you try something new, nephew, what usually happens? You sometimes find out that you like the new thing better than you like what you've already had. It's nothing, listen to what I'm saying, ladies. It's not a knock against you. It's just when you're 18 to 25, 26, whatever, you found something new that you fell in love with when you came into the money. And a lot of people are I'm not gonna even read the comments right now because I promise you, a lot of women are gonna say, what got it there, right? I don't want to read the comments right now because I see it moving, but in my periphery. But what I'm saying is, I'm telling you as a young man, even when I was in the military, okay, I wasn't paid millions of dollars. But when I went overseas, right, it was brand new. This was my mindset, nephew.
Okay, let me ask this then.
Let me finish.
Okay, go for it.
Okay,
my bad.
My mindset when I went overseas, I wasn't making millions of dollars, right? But my mindset as I was 18 years old when I left. When I went to Japan, I was 19, and I went to the Philippines and Korea. My mindset was not, I don't like black women. My mindset is, I'm here. Let me try something new. And when you try something new, you may like it. It's not saying that you like it over the person that you were with, but if you like this better at this point in time and you fall in love with it, that's where you are. And all I'm saying to people who are listening to this show around the world, that sometimes these men find themselves at 18, 21, 22 in this situation. They fell in love with the white woman with the big booty, with the charisma and all this other stuff. She happened to be there at that time.
Ooh,
and she was, but what I'm saying, but
you open up Pandora's box, right?
Okay, but what I'm saying, but this is what happens. And women prey on that. There are women, you know them and I know, we in this business. There are women that see these guys and get these multi-million-dollar contracts, and they know how much they're making, they know where they're going to be, and they go out there and prey on these guys.
We talk to superstars
we talk, and they tell us this is what they do. And what do every superstar that we talk to say? We are going to test the waters.
This is what I'll respond to that with. Two questions. One question would be, what do you say to the folks that say nowadays they introduce themselves to that exploring a lot earlier than how it used to be? Because if I'm going from how it used to be, a black boy that's going up, especially in the athletic fields or something like that, and become successful, he's usually coming from the downtrodden. He's coming from a certain type of area.
Most black men
that only he broke with his own folks.
But he broke it in a joke, right?
We didn't go to the financial point because most of all of them broke unless you got the NIL now. But he usually frequents his own people until he went to the other side of town.
They do, Sassy. Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, a lot of those successful ones kind of coming up in the suburbs, a little bit of mixed everywhere. Right. And he is viewing a lot more white kids or a lot more other ethnicities early. And then two, when you mentioned the big booty white girl and all the other stuff, I already know.
I agree with you.
I already know when you said the big booty white girl and all the other stuff, there's gonna be some black women that be like, well, who's she trying to look like?
She's trying to look like the one man that she's trying to get with, so she's trying to.
No, you know what they mean by that.
I understand that, but
you know exactly what they mean by that.
But this is what I know women don't have to and would never probably understand. A man is going to try the new toy in the store. Always, if you are single and you got money,
single one's gonna do that.
You're not going to try something that you can get that you've already had at home.
Because you got
millions of dollars. And there's a white woman that's ooging and arguing over you. There's an Asian woman on the team, and she's fine, just like the black woman is like, but she's of a different ethnicity. You're going to try that as a man. I know that don't sound proper. I know that don't sound good. I know it sounds not pro-black. I get it, but I'm telling you, as a man is going to try something new in the candy store because why? He can. He's not going to go to Walmart. He's going to go to another store. And because I don't want to say, a black woman is Walmart and somebody else is Louis Vuitton. Well, I want to say,
don't do that. Don't do that. Man, we get shut down.
We get shut down. So I don't want to say it. But what I'm going to say is, if you can have this and you can try something new, and let's just say Kool-Aid. It's a different flavor of Kool-Aid, right? You got watermelon and you got grape over here. You've been drinking watermelon all your life and you see grape. You're going to try grape.
You might want strawberry.
You know what I'm saying? But you're going to try. But I'm just saying, as a man, and I'm speaking from a man that didn't make millions, but I was in the military. I love black women. All my girlfriends when I was in high school was black, and I went to a half black, half white school here in Birmingham, Alabama. I didn't date white women. I dated black women. But when I got overseas and I seen Japanese women, there were black women on base and Japanese women outside. I went outside to go date the Japanese women because it was different. Because what I told myself, I'm young. I've dated black women all my life. What is this new candy outside and what does it taste like? I wanted to know. I was curious.
But as a young man, you thought like that.
Yes.
Nah. There are some young men nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to check even one when I was substituting for a school.
Sharon said love is love. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I had to check one. You know what I mean? He being a kid. So he was speaking out loud. It was a real cute little black girl that, you know what I mean? I figured, hey, they might have had a thing. He went out of his way to say, nah, I ain't gonna take no black girl. I ain't gonna, what would do all that for, man? I like this man. I asked him, hold up, bro. Why you feel like that?
Mm-hmm.
Where that's coming from?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't answer me. He was just like, man, it's just a preference. Well, it's a way you say your preferences, bro.
I understand, but this is what I have to say because I just see someone says, so why don't y'all just leave us alone and don't date the Walmart? So all we are to y'all is low budget. And that's why I said I didn't want to say that. Whoever said this, that is not what I meant. It's not about y'all being low budget. My point is,
if you're taking it that fast, bro, you got some own stuff.
Like I said, you're trying to find a negative in what I'm saying,
and you're not listening.
Because what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to denigrate black women. My mom is black. My last wife was black. Okay, so I'm not denigrating. It's not about leaving you alone. I'm trying to explain or trying to talk, have an open conversation without it going north, okay, or south, of why some young men are not articulate. They're not able to say the things that they say because of the emotion that they have for the person that they're dealing with right now, and it comes out bad. It comes out bad. It comes out bad. But if you're young and dumb and you're full of you know what, right? You're gonna speak your truth in your lingo. And a lot of black men say, "Well, she does not argue with me." That is true for them. Well, the white woman is not going to argue with you a lot because guess why? She don't want to make you mad because she wants to be with you as a black man. A black woman say, I can get another one of you and I'm not going to let you mistreat me. But black men are not going to treat the white woman the way they have treated the black woman. And so this is what the black man has to understand when you're talking to that white woman. You're not talking to her as crazy sometimes as you're talking to that black woman because why? She's new. But you are driving the car a lot different than you were when you was with that black woman. So the black woman's gonna give you a different attitude. So that's why I tell young brothers, bro, make sure you check yourself to make sure you understand that, yeah, the black woman got on your case and said certain things to you, but at the same time, bro, you did not treat this white woman the same way that you treated this black woman.
Well, Joe, everybody, especially if you're opening up the idea that, hey, I'm gonna date outside my race. Everybody that says, hey, I'm finna date outside my race, to some degree, they're going to cater to the other race that they're with.
You have to.
Because they are the type of people that not only want some type of acceptance from the other race, but they're open to learning the culture.
Right.
So in doing that, you can't be as apprehensive as you would be or argumentative as you would be with somebody who understands.
But let's me and you talk about this, so other people in our chats can talk about this on Facebook, TikTok, and on YouTube.
Okay.
When you're dating outside your race, the other person, whether it's a man or a woman, is not, like you just said so eloquently. They're not going to be quick to argue with you because they know they are on what they still walk on eggshells with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They already outside.
Because why? I don't want to make you mad. I don't want to say nothing offensive, right? And if it's their first time dating outside their race, they are going to be very quiet. And for you, the new person that's dating outside your race, you're going to like that, and it's going to be different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
And so if someone asks you at that moment, why are you dating him or why are you dating her? That's going to be your go-to point. But see, we are so quick to want to judge what someone is saying, not understanding what the other person dating them is going through and what you're going through at that time, and then how you're articulating to that other person. And I think as a Black man, we have a horrible time, and we are very horrible at articulating why we date outside our race. I don't think Black women care we date outside our race. I think they care about how we the way we date outside our race.
And that's what I was just trying to say earlier in the show. Because if you're going out of your way to give the other person the no onto why you're dating outside your race,
right,
to a degree, that sounds like self-deprecation. That sounds like you have something against your people. You may not, but the sound of it does sound away.
Okay, and Kimberly says, as you just said, it does sound away. Kimberly says, I had to date outside my race to meet the standards I was looking for. Now, Kimberly looks like a Black woman, so she's talking about a white man. But are you offended by that?
Not at all. Great for you. I like saying the mystery flavor Kool-Aid.
Okay, so let me say this to Kimberly. If I read this, and if I got on this microphone and said, I Joe Lockett had to date outside my race to meet the standards that I was looking for. Now I'm just saying about this is the way it's looked upon, right? Because
You're right.
You and I don't have, this is what Kimberly just said. Now, if I read this thing, if I said on this microphone, me, Joe Lockett, that I had to date outside my race to meet the standards I was looking for, how would that sound to Black women?
It would sound like you don't think Black women have any good standards,
right?
So you don't entertain. I get exactly how you feel about it.
But this is what I'm saying. When that is my only point. Like I said, it's okay, we can have an open conversation, but there is a divide when it comes to Black women and Black men on how we feel about what somebody is saying. As a Black man, I respect what Kimberly's saying, and I'm cool with that because I get it. But I think a lot of times Black women take offense, and I think it's not against me. I think really what has set the tone in the Black culture is so many Black men have dated white women that have become successful at the multi-million-dollar level that Black women feel crapped upon. And it's like, y'all, all our successful Black men got a white woman on their shoulder, on their arm, and we are not good enough for you, but they are.
I got 3 examples to prove your point. One example would be, we know who the quarterback for the Chiefs,
Mahomes,
Patrick Mahomes, found out he married to a white woman. Outside of football, the conversation about him sounds away, which goes to one of your points. Now, Jalen Hurts most definitely is attractive to most Black people.
Yes.
Now, there was some rumblings. I'm pretty sure it's not true. So that's why I'm saying they rumors and they rumblings. Rumors and rumblings, before they got to, see him super successful, it was talks maybe he was entertaining a white girl. And folks felt the way. Folks felt a specific way. And to even go towards that, to get it off for athletes, look at how they treated how they treated Kim early in the relationship with her and Kanye. She had to go out her way just to prove, bro, I'm not like that towards you. I love you guys. Started some of her reforms for very influential Black folks in prisons. But she built most of her products towards most of the minorities.
Celebrities. If you a Black man and you marry a white woman, bro, love her. And tell the world that you love her. You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect Black women, but say what you say, because I don't see the vice president, I don't see Serena Williams when they say they love their husbands, that people feel some kind of way.
But that's the double standard that we have.
But
That's the double
But
standard.
here's the thing. I just think black women and black men, we have to understand that if somebody loves somebody, we can't get so twisted about where they are, because what's meant for that person at that level is meant for them.
But if you're taking it personally,
I understand, but like I said, I understand from a black woman's point of view. If I saw a bunch of black women marrying only white men, I would say maybe my chances of getting with a black woman that's successful may not. It's not going to happen for me, because as soon as they get successful, they want to marry a white man.
I'd be vulnerable in the situation. She didn't date a white man, but she did date a Latino.
I agree, Kim. Social status is key, because a lot of times black women are not saying this to a man that's dating, working 9 to 5, dating a white woman. You see a lot of black women are friends with the white woman.
Yeah.
But that white woman that's dating I don't know if he's dating a white woman, but he's dating a Jalen Hurts, or if you're dating a LeBron James, or
man, they would have gave LeBron so much.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think in the beginning, until that white woman proved herself to the black community, that he's going to get a fair shake about it. And he can't truly talk about, he's like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods never got a fair break. Tiger Woods got torn to pieces because he was he was a whole number one, okay? But
Tiger was round.
But Tiger married, and when he said certain things about I think his mom is.
But
Asian.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Now that you brought up Tiger, he one of those men that went out his way. Him, what's that dude that?
But do you think he went out his way? Because I don't consider Tiger black, white. He's mixed. I don't think he went out his way.
He's mixed, but the optics for it.
But there's no optics when
it is the optics, because he looks dark skinned.
Tiger is not black.
He's light skinned. He looks dark skinned.
But he's not black.
He looks dark skinned.
But he's not black.
I'm not saying he's black.
So Tiger did not go his way. Tiger spoke his truth.
Nah.
Yes, bro. Tiger is not a ninja.
That's what I talk about, the optics though. But no, I'm not arguing that Tiger is black. You never heard that come out of my mouth. But he looks dark skinned.
He has a black dad, so he's half.
Cool.
He's half. He's not black.
Cool. He mixed.
His mom is.
But he look dark skinned, Joe.
Okay, but let me say this, because I can speak on this. My daughters have a 100% black father.
They do,
and their mother is Japanese. They are not black. My daughters are half.
See that you changed the conversation.
How is that?
No, because you changed the conversation because you know how personal and how you get about your daughter, so it's hard to talk about.
No,
it is hard to talk about.
Tiger Woods' father is black, his mother is Asian, the same as my
But
kids.
the optics
is what it is, but the facts are what they are.
The facts, nobody cares about the facts that they looking about how it looks.
Okay.
He is dark skinned.
Okay.
He goes out of his way to mention his white wife specifically. That's just like how that dude that was from North Carolina. Nobody asked you about your preferences or anything in your whole press conference about your white wife. You went out of your way. You went out of your way to mention it.
If my daughter
goes out of his way.
Okay, if my daughter's married a Japanese man, she went out of her way to talk about her Japanese husband, and her father's black, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Because, sorry, Joe, how does she look? How do your daughter look? Because they're not dark skinned.
My daughters look mixed.
They look mixed, but are they dark skinned?
No, they're not dark skinned. My daughters look mixed.
So nobody's gonna feel away because they're not going to identify in that optic.
If my daughters were dark skinned,
it would look away,
and I wouldn't care, because even if they went out their way to speak about their Japanese man, they are speaking to a part of their culture.
Cool. I'm never arguing the facts with you, Joe.
Okay, but what I'm saying, Tiger Woods' mom is Asian. Period.
Do you think folks
he's not care? Black? He's okay. It's not what folks care. This is what I'm saying. I understand what folks are saying.
Okay, but
when you look at Tiger Woods, his dad is black. His mom is Asian. Do y'all expect this man as a half to say, well, forget my mom and just look at my dad portion because I'm black? Just because you accept him as being black, you cannot make this man exclude his Asian culture. So which means he's diverse.
No. You're not gonna move that goalpost. Because nobody is arguing who his parents are and what he is.
Even though
But
he's
from
black,
the-
but he's not.
But from the optics, it looks like a black man going out of his way
But it's
when
not.
no one asks about that.
But here's the thing here. A black man is not going out his way.
How?
Because he's not black. He's half.
No, I'm saying it
I understand,
looks
but what I'm saying is,
I know what it really is.
It looks like
He's
a black
mixed.
man going out his way. But when you get down to it, a black man is not going out his way. It's a mixed dude talking about his wife.
But Joe, if I'm real proud of my black woman, then I'm with my black woman and I scream it to the world.
Uh-huh.
It looks like I'm proud of my black woman, right?
I understand that.
But if I'm dating someone that isn't a black woman and I feel the need to announce that she's not a black woman,
Okay.
that sounds wild
Okay, it sounds
because
wild.
nobody asks.
Okay, it sounds wild to you. But let me say this because I've been in this position before. When you're dating outside your race, outside your circle, there's a pressure on the woman or the man to try to make everybody feel comfortable, to make everybody happy. Here's what it is.
That's a bad way to do it.
No, but when you date outside your circle, regardless, that is what you're putting yourself, the scrutiny, the weight that you put on yourself. You have to, you're putting the ethnicity, wherever you are, on yourself. But here's the other part that people outside the circle are scrutinized the person that's inside it and don't care about. You're dating that man or woman that's trying to love you too. No, hold on. You're dating that person. And you're trying to make them understand that you love them just as much as you would love anybody else. And that is a tough thing to do when you have your own coming against you or your family coming against you. That's the realm that you got into. That's the war. That's the battle. But that is what a person's supposed to do. So if you're that person, are you going to worry about what people are going to say about you? Or you're going to protect and you're going to go to the person that you're in love with, that you're sleeping with, that you're protecting and you're providing for? Who are you going to go towards at the end of the day?
Joe.
No, that's my question.
You go towards who have your back. And if that's your wife, you go towards your wife.
So how is that going to sound to the outside world when you're defending your wife? When you
if you're defending your wife, you don't have to do that.
I'm going to go to your point. When this man goes out of his way to say something about her race or whatever, when he's doing that or she's doing that for her husband because they want to make them know that I love you regardless. Listen to what I'm saying. Because they want to make their wife or husband feel that they love them regardless. Who are you going to worry about? Is it going to be the backlash from the outside or the backlash from the woman or the man that you love? And that's what the people that dating generationally that they have to deal with. Whether we like it or not, they're going to choose their husband or wife, and they're going to say what they need to say to make their household happy, regardless of how we feel about it.
Joe, nobody's saying don't defend your wife. Nobody's saying don't be proud of the fact that they work with you. My biggest thing, because you can do all that without announcing it the way you do. You have words and you got to learn how to use them.
But see,
I'm not going to.
That's what means you're going to disagree.
But Joe, that sound, I don't care how you slice it. If I'm making a concerted effort, regardless on if this is the love of my life, she not black, she any other race you want to apply it as, okay? There's ways to defend my wife's honor without dragging something in that did not have to be there. If I'm a Hispanic,
Stop right
hold
there.
on, no, because you can't stop that right there.
Okay.
You cannot.
Okay.
If that's a Hispanic dealing with a white woman, most Hispanics is gonna look at him like, well, I'm dating a white woman, blah, 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 blah. Okay, most of the Hispanics that see that can tell that. Why did you go out of your way to announce it when it's obvious?
It's the same reason why you would do it for your kids, for your mama or your dad.
No, it's not. That's a race thing.
No, people,
that is not the same way.
People don't ask you when you're talking about somebody you love anything, but you go above and beyond the call of duty to let them know extra things about.
Why would you go above?
Because they can. if you're married to a black woman, if you said the same thing about a black woman or a white woman, if you're married to the same ethnicity in your circle, you're going to say the exact same thing. It's just not going to be looked upon because they're the same ethnicity as you are. But if you said about somebody different, people are going to say that you're going above beyond the call of duty. When only most time people are talking about their wife or their husband.
But if nobody's asking you,
but it doesn't matter. If a person want to talk about
some stuff, should be left unsaid.
No. It's up to you how you take it, and you can take it the way you want to take it. But it's up to me to describe my wife.
You don't have to lead with that she's white. You don't have to lead with that she's Hispanic. She can be your wife and you love her. That can be it.
But no, I've been married to a Japanese woman. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, I've been married twice. It is very important that when you're married to the other nationality, that they feel that you understand their strife because they're being married to you. Whether what you feel about it or not is true.
I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question.
Sure.
In what way? Do you have to make them feel that by announcing what their nationality?
Depending on the situation, if you're around a bunch of black folks and you're talking about certain things, depending on your mate.
No. That's you getting self-gratitude. That's you self-gratitude.
No, nephew, I've been in this. You're trying to tell me something I've been through, bro.
I'm not saying what you.
Okay, but I'm telling you.
But I'm giving you the optics from outside.
Okay,
most black folks ain't finna do that.
But I'm telling you, I'm black. My mom and dad is black. I'm from West End.
I get that.
And I'm telling you, when I was married to a Japanese woman, okay, there was a certain way that I had to make sure that as a man, that she understood that I respected her. So
let me ask you this then, because I think this is just the issue with most black dudes, if we want to be honest.
Sure.
I think this is an issue with most black dudes. Because did your wife go out of her way to announce that you a black man in front of Asian people?
Yes.
Now I have nothing to say for it.
Yes.
I have nothing to say for it.
Yes, she.
I have nothing to say for it.
Yes, because when I was in Japan, I done told you the story.
I disagree with both sides.
No,
but I have nothing to say for it.
But I'm telling you,
that's how y'all move your relationship.
No, that's what it was.
That's how y'all move your relationship.
It didn't move. That's what it was.
If y'all felt the need to announce that,
when I met her parents, when I walked through that door, I was a black man. And so everything from that point was from a black man to a Japanese man point of view.
So before the love of her husband, she mentioned, this is my black man.
She had to tell her dad she was in
No.
Yes.
I get introductions. Introduction is different from when you go to anyone before your husband or the love of your life, you said black man.
Yes.
That's wild to me. That's wild to me.
But you haven't been in a situation.
I haven't. That's why I leave it alone. Because if that's y'all's situation. It's cool.
But see, this is what you don't understand. This is what people who are chiming in. When you're in Japan, there is no white. In the country of Japan, if you're in Inaka.
Yeah.
There is no white people and black people around. It's only Japanese, right? So the conversation, if you're the only black man sitting at that table, what do you think that conversation is about?
If it's just leading with your whole race, that's wild.
Oh, no, it's not, bro, because those Japanese men are looking at her. Why did you bring this black man to our country? And why is he sitting at our table? My ex-wife, true story, her father kicked his brother out of their house at a dinner that I was at because he disrespected me and his daughter because I was a black man, because she was explaining to him why she was in love with me. And he went off on her. And during that time, I didn't speak Japanese, but her father defended me and kicked his brother out of his house and said, that's my daughter. And if that's who she's in love with, I'm rolling with my daughter and you get the blank out of my house. I didn't know what that was until later on, but she told me what her father had did. So when y'all sit there and tell me that it don't lead that way and it don't go that way, that is a freaking lie. It leads that way. It goes that way.
That's a different dynamic.
No, bro, you just asked me.
I asked you.
You just asked, and I'm telling you, Joe, that is what happened to me in my life. My daughters right now, when they was in Japan, you say they look Asian, right?
Yes.
My daughters in Japan got bullied because they don't look Asian to Asian people. You know what they told my daughters? They were black. So my daughters don't fit in anywhere. Whose fault is that? Mine. Whose fault is that?
It's nobody's fault.
No,
if
but
they're
what I'm
leading
saying
towards
is,
with that conversation.
bro, when you say that people don't lead with that, yes, they do. You never been in that situation. People lead with what they want to lead with. They lead with your half. They lead with your half food. They lead with your.
That's somebody being prejudiced. We're not going to write that narrative.
Okay,
that's somebody being prejudiced.
But that's what they do.
But Joe, if I am talking to people and that conversation never comes up, that's what we have to address. Stuff that don't come up
regardless. When you are dating an international person, the conversation comes up.
Joe, if you're dealing with different people, I get that that's always going to be a thing because you guys are interracial. I'm not saying that it don't ever happen, but if nobody is even going towards the direction, that's completely different from looks and gazes. We know what looks and gazes are. We can read that and feel that energy and know, oh, it's because I'm black. It's because I'm so-and-so. We get that. Most folks would read it like that. That's why I'm never going to argue. I will never argue prejudice. You're not hearing that from me. You're only hearing the optics from what should not be said out loud. Out loud sounds a way. Regardless of what we know what the truth is, what people go through in real life when dealing with any race. We get the realness behind it, but the confirmation sounds a way when you say it. Okay. That's why I say those degrees, Joe. Okay, I'm never going to racism or prejudice. Okay, but if I'm never defending that.
But if you go to the degrees, you got to understand, like I said, I've been in a situation. When it comes to the individuals in it, they have chosen that life. They have chosen that journey. But the biggest thing that they have to do, they don't have to worry about what's on the outside. It is your job to make sure that your wife or your man is comfortable with you and how y'all interact with one another. And sometimes that person may feel they need to lead with that to make the other person feel comfortable. I'm not saying, and I'm not sitting here negating that there are some black guys that say some stupid stuff or some black women that say some stupid stuff. I'm not negating that part of it. Okay. If the black man is just saying it, let me say this to anybody listening to the show. If there's a black woman or a black man or a white woman or white man, whatever, saying something just to be spiteful, I'm not with you. If you're saying it to be spiteful, to say that this person, this race, she's white and she's better than a black woman, or a black woman's better than a white woman, that's being spiteful. I don't think it's being present, just being spiteful, just being hateful. I'm not talking about that person. I'm not talking about.
You're just talking about the person that is outside of their comfort zone. Outside of their comfort zone and trying to find their comfort zone within their relationship and how to talk about it. Sometimes it comes across a way, and sometimes people didn't mean it that way, but they're trying their best way to navigate through that. Now, I have heard idiots say some dumb stuff, and I don't fool with them, but I do when I listen. I sympathize because I've been in a situation, and I'm looking at. Are you half? Are you whole? Is your mama black? Let me look back at your history. When you said that, who are you trying to impress? Why are you saying what you're saying? A lot of people hear a black man say something and see the optics, like you said, and jump to a conclusion. And I'm saying, if this man, like you said, I'm going to go to your point, and I'm going to agree with you. If he just up there, well, I'm dating this white woman because black women are always argumentative, blah, 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 and no one asked him that, and he's just putting her over a black woman, that's him being petty, and I don't like that. But if you ask him why, or if you're having a conversation, why comes up,
and if you're having a conversation, if it's somebody just having a conversation, and then somebody said, "Why did you date this white woman?" Right?
Then you defend her by all means.
And I was asked this question by one of my family members. Right when I came back home, and my later wife was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Couldn't you find a black woman?
See, no. That sounds wild.
But bro, I was asked by a family member, right? I was pulled to the side. Bro, and asked, you couldn't fall in love with a black woman?
And that's,
God. Bro, and I looked at that person. I turned around and I walked away. I'm not gonna say who it is, but if they'll listen to my show, they know who. And that was bro. And it was like, You're looking at the ethnicity and didn't even ask me, was I happy?
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
No. But bro, that's the thing that when you dating outside your circle, that you have to be prepared for. You're never prepared if you are not articulate. You're not able to articulate yourself in a certain manner. To answer these type of questions, you're going to come off the wrong way. You don't have a PR person. You're not trained. This is the point of the show that I want people to try to think about. When you hear a black woman or a black man or a white woman or a white man or Asian or Latino talk about dating outside their circle, remember the person that's talking about the person that they love, if they're 100% of their ethnicity, 9 times out of 10, I don't believe they're hating on their race. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that maybe their race, they wasn't able to find within their race or what they liked or treated the way they wanted to be. They found something outside their race that made them feel good and made them feel whole. And of course, when you find something, and we're having an open conversation, y'all.
Yeah.
So please don't take
Yeah.
But when you find a white man that loves you, right? And you've been dating black men, but you find this white man that will drink your bad water, right? Right. But I'm just saying, I'm just taking it to that. And you couldn't find it out of 30 or 40 years in your life, right? You're going to feel some kind of way about that white man.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to love that white man because he has brought you to an ecstasy that you haven't felt before.
And from what it sounds like from me outside in, because you're right, I haven't experienced it.
Right.
But from what it sounds like from outside in, if you find somebody that's willing to do that, their race don't even matter no more.
Uh-huh.
As a person, you couldn't find nobody that could do that.
Right.
So and that's why I agree with you. If they're feeling outside or ostracized, and I know I have love for them, and I don't want them to feel like an outsider, I'm gonna lay it all on the table early.
Right.
Yo, this is my so-and-so, my wife, my girl that I love.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm gonna make the president set that she ain't no different.
Right.
You feel me? And if you're doing it like that, then cool. I'll leave it be.
But it's tough because, like you were saying earlier,
it gets interpreted from the opposite. It's
going to get interpreted very differently, especially if they didn't see that from if you were dating within your circle and it didn't happen that way for you. You see what I'm saying?
And what I'll say to that though,
go ahead.
I think there is a level of double standard placed on how you say words.
Yes, I agree.
Like how we was talking about with the lady, she made it as eloquently as possible, but you understood it from that black woman's point of view.
Right.
So you didn't take it offensively.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reality. I wish it wasn't like that, but you have to navigate realistically, right? For some stuff, we have to probably have more delicate hands when we're dealing with the black female. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you telling me all of that as a black dude, I'm with you. You feel me? I fully understand. Oh man, my ninja. You feel me? Right. I'm never gonna take it like you're bashing my race because I can understand and sympathize from another black man's point of view.
But I remember
when saying that with a black woman, and with our history, especially where we're at, where it's supposed to be free, without any type of stuff. That's why I know I saw a few things. That's Japan. Japan to a certain degree isn't America.
But when I first had this conversation, right, when I started dating Japanese women, and black women, in my family or friends would ask me, why are you not dating black women? I said in my youngness that, well, she don't argue. She don't fight me, right? She's not argumentative, right? You asked me a question, right? And bro, when I say
it shouldn't have gotten interpreted high.
But I was in my 20s, and the rain that was poured down upon me, I was not prepared for because I didn't even think about from what they were thinking about at that time, at my young age. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing they asked me, why are you dating this woman instead of this? And I told you at that time, She's not arguing with me the way the black women were. And like I said,
but folks that ask those questions, I'm holding you accountable to your own emotions too. Because you knew what you was doing when you asked it like that. No, when you ask those questions, but see, you know what you're doing to pry into that person.
When the young Joe Lockett in his 20s, I was just answering the question. But I didn't take history. I didn't take blackness. I didn't take nothing into consideration. I just answered the question that you asked me of why. And that was my true, and still to this day, that's my true why. But now I have to say it differently.
But Joe, they knew that. They knew that.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
I'm telling you full heart, because even the ones that I entertained and didn't get nowhere, I'm with you. You do get looked away. It was a Hispanic girl. Man, she was fine. I'm not gonna lie to you, she was bad. Right. And how most Hispanics act, their circle of comfortability is a lot smaller than most other men.
Yeah,
so they
when they act like we are.
Yeah, so when they open you in, they're close, like really close.
And this is what
look away.
And this is what a lot of people who've never dated outside your race don't have to understand. But I'm gonna tell you this. When you're dating a white woman or an Asian woman or a Latino woman, and they let you inside, the person dating them feels a responsibility to treat them more better or right, because they know that these people are out on the limb to just be dating you. So a black man or a black woman or Asian woman, they're going to be on their best behavior, because they don't want to make the other person look bad in their community. Nothing against your own community, but you're going to put on your best behavior because she went against everything that she's supposed to go against to bring you in, to be with you. It is not easy for a white woman to bring a black man, her home. It is not easy for an Asian woman to bring a black man into her home. It is easier for a black man to bring a white woman into his home than it is for a white woman to bring a black man into her home.
Because most times when that black dude is bringing that white lady into his home, the most that you will get is probably eyes and slight judgment.
Yeah.
For them, the more that you are getting brought in, the more outside they are to everybody else in the community. The more you get in tight with them, the more outside they are.
Now, and I'm going to say this too. I'm only speaking to this for the people if you're dating outside your race for the first time. Now, if you've been dating outside your race for a while, you're going to take on some of the traits. You're going to understand everything, and it's completely different. You know, you got black women who've been dating black men, and you know, they understand the culture, so it's a lot different. But in the beginning, it is not as easy as a lot of people may think it may be. And it's not as cookie cutter as social media or somebody on the outside looking in makes it to be. And the only thing I would say for this, and the reason why I want to have this conversation dating outside your circle, is before you make a judgment on anybody, nephew, listen closely, look at their past behaviors before you make a judgment on something that they may have said. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I think the man or the woman are just trying to fit in on different levels in their community, with their family, and with the other person that they're dating, and they're going to have a misstep. You can have a misstep with your community, you can have a misstep with your family, you can have a misstep with yourself, or you can have a misstep with your mate. And it's not easy when you're dating outside your circle. So if you decide to date outside your circle, do you. But make sure that if you can, try to take into account, number one, don't answer questions out in public. Please don't. Don't put it on social media that if you date a white woman, that she's not argumentative. Don't. Keep that to yourself. And if you're saying anything, you know, be careful who you're saying it to, because some people can record you and they will put you out there real talk.
I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah, you got to be very careful.
Be very careful.
When you're dating outside your circle, you know, you need to have you need to have very careful conversations on how to navigate the culture, social media, the family. You have to talk about these things. And I'm glad we've had a lot of people for 2 hours, and if you got over 10,000 likes today.
Boy, I know some of them likes and dislikes.
Well, because you got heated for a second there too. When we were talking.
Yeah, it is like, man, y'all arguing.
But we needed to have this conversation, and social media didn't kick us off because I think everybody was being respectful.
Yeah.
But I think that we needed to have this conversation because everybody's perspective is right. Let me say this: everybody's perspective is right, but the only perspective that matters is the two people that happen to be in the relationship that's loving each other.
Yeah.
What I feel about you marrying or dating somebody, it does not matter to them when they go home and close their doors. And even if I see a black athlete say something that I don't like, if he's dating, a white woman, still I'm not going to lose any sleep over because that's just one white woman, that's one black guy.
Yeah.
There are other people out there. If a black woman says something about this, I think that, she's like, well, this white man did this and I felt some kind of way about it. Well, I'm happy he got her because she don't want me. That's the way I see it.
I think that's how most folks should.
If Serena Williams fell in love with her husband, that means she don't want me. I don't see, when I look at a black woman with a white man, I don't stand a chance. I'm just saying, this is me, bro. I'm off the market for her.
You can't just pop your chest and do yourself.
Because I'm not white. But I'm okay with that. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay that Serena Williams got them yams. She's fine. She's beautiful. But guess what? Serena Williams ain't gonna look at me like that.
She got them strong.
But she had what's his name, Common, and she married the white dude. So if Common can't get a he bald head, he got money. I don't stand a chance with Serena.
But he bald headed and light skin. She might got a thing for chocolate.
No, she went lighter. What you talking about? She went lighter. She didn't go darker, bro. She went lighter. Hey, you stop your cap. So I don't stand a chance. Now Venus, I may have a chance. I don't know.
She like some brothers.
She may like some brothers. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Serena, I don't stand a chance. She went from common to white. That ain't gonna happen for me. You know what I'm saying?
Common white.
Hey, I'm 28 minutes past midnight. Serena Williams don't even see me no more, bro. It is what it is, though. All right, Josh, we're gonna get out of here, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. It was a great conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed the Joe Lockett Network, the new things we're doing on this network and the Joe Lockett Show. You know how I feel about you. We're 2 minutes past the time that we used to go. It's been almost a 2-hour show. A 2-hour show. Ladies and gentlemen,
long for this.
Shatim, Temo, Aishtamas. You know what all that means, right? It means I love you. You guys have a great weekend.
See y'all later.
See you guys on Monday. Now, white men get married. She wanted to be married.
Yeah.
That's a slight.